Okay, today is August 13, 2013. In this video, we're going to take a look at Apple, Netflix, Blackberry, Micron, and also Facebook. So let's start off with Apple. In yesterday's video, we were talking about this double bottom here, and we essentially was talking about breaking out of this 472 or this baseline on this double bottom. For the next upward move, and we're also looking at it once it break about this baseline. We're essentially talking about various levels. The double bottom major move is bring us to somewhere up at this 545 level, and then we also have some Fibonacci retracement, the 50% level from this the 2012 high. We're up at the 702 level down to the swing low here on this 2013. Okay, and on that 50% retracement level, we're also talking about somewhere up at this 545, 547 area, I believe. Okay, and then we have this Fibonacci retracement up here that we see at the I believe this is the 141. That will bring us to this 505, and then the 161 will bring it up to somewhere around this 520 level. So you can see today it broken out and got a big surge of volume, and also actually Apple move up to somewhere around 22 point, I believe, and on the after hour it actually went up a few point. So right now, including the after hour, is actually sitting at 493.80, which is up for the entire day, including the after hours, is 26 point, a little bit over 5.7%. And if we go and take a look at the intraday chart here on the 50-minute basis, you can see, last night I was talking about, we're essentially waiting for this to break out of this baseline here, this 472. And in addition to that, I was also mentioning that one could be a little aggressive and take it out here and then play it up. Now I was kind of expecting it maybe bounce around before it get up, but it seems to be a little bit bouncing around, but not as much as I was expecting. And in matter of fact, it's kind of opened up pretty strong, and right now what I have is essentially I try not to set up a position in the first 30 minutes. So when it got up here at this particular level here, somewhere around the 374, certainly it looked like this stock is running away from me. That might not give me the opportunity to get in, right above this 471.85. So essentially I was trying to get in between that level to 472. So as soon as it after the 30 minute, I was kind of looking for it to pull back and get beneath that this baseline here, so I could put in an order for it as soon as it crosses that 41.85, slightly above that, and it triggered my my buy order. So I kind of waited, and fortunately or unfortunately for some, but in regardless, at the end of the day, it all panned out. It pulled back and got my order in and got it executed. Then later on in the afternoon, Carl Icahn kind of threw a tweet saying that he got a position on Apple, and he believed Apple is way undervalued. So that's where this everybody is kind of jump in, and then it just move up. So during the last half an hour trading, some profit taking came in, so you could have kind of expected that. So it's closed down at the down at the 489 level. And like I said, looking at the daily chart after after hour, it seems like it popped another 4 point or so. So it's actually sitting at 493.80. So you can see Apple this is breaking out this 200-day moving average. Like I said, I didn't expect it too much of a resistance here. It just went right through, and those people that weren't getting the order ready to catch it, they probably miss it because of that run. But you could tell that with this big surge of volume, and that brings up another point that I just kind of want to make. That it's just basically my what I see. I mean, it doesn't mean that's what it is. Usually a lot of people are talking about volume, that the price had to move with big volume. Well, you see that a lot of the big monies, like Carl Icahn, those guys, the fund, they could not go and make a one position, one big buy to set up the position. They usually, and it's smart money, they accumulate in a little chunk. So you don't really see the activity that could spur big volume to let the general public know that someone is buying. So that's why when you look at just volume by itself, it really doesn't mean anything. So you essentially need to look at the accumulated volume, right? So for example, if there's 3 update, 500,000 a day, so in those 3 update, it's a total of 1.5 million up volume. Let's say, for example, all those volume went to the upside. Then on one sell day, somebody dumped it and sold 1 million share on a down day. Okay, so the cumulative is still 500,000 on the upside, right? So when you look at that, you're seeing those 500,000 day seems like a low volume, so you're just not really impressed with the upside move. Then when it's on a down day, that somebody we see a 1 million share, they say, "Oh man, someone is really dumping this stuff," But in reality, you can see still net is a accumulative effect, right? So that's why don't let those volume kind of mislead you. It's all depends where that volume occur. Is it occurring on a breakout point, on a climatic blowout, or at a climatic sell off, right? Those are the key inflection point. But throughout the regular trading session, you will notice that not too much of a big volume day, and then you could see those type of activity that sometimes like unbalanced volume will give you a clue that the stock is being accumulated, right, or is being distributed. So don't just look at volume, that you have to have big volume, for any kind of price move. Not necessarily, okay? That's why I said it's all depends on context. So let's go on and take a look at another stock. Let's take a look at Netflix. That was the other stock that we were talking about, getting an entry here up at this level here. We were talking about somewhere around here. So if we take a look at the 30-day moving average, the 30-day intraday chart here, we basically was talking about this cup and handle. Once again, you could see that it took a little bit of the first hour or so. If you go and chase it in the first half an hour, then most likely you probably sweating a little bit when it come down here. So what I usually do, that's why I try to avoid establishing a position in the first 30 minutes. And if it went away, you just wait for another opportunity. You don't have to go and chase it. So on Netflix, I basically want to put a buy above this particular baseline. So essentially, once it go below that, then I put in my buy order, and then when it come in, we cross this baseline, then it trigger my buy order and get in. So basically, I got in on the long side on Apple and Netflix today. And right now, basically just writing those 2 stock up. You can see that it's kind of broken through here, just barely holding up on that. So right now, I'm basically playing it up to get up to the 270 level and see would it break above that, and then move up to to possibly tag that previous high up at the 300 level. Okay. So the other one that we want to look at is Facebook. Facebook did not have a good day today. It's finally some profit taking came in. We're talking about this, maybe this little flag here, possibly getting up there or even here. And I talk about this possibility of, coming down to, let me see if I could get this, coming back down to this level here, right? This is essentially, this was at that 32, and even at this, somewhere around the 33, 34 level. Right. And right now, it seems like it could come down and tag this, near this 20-day moving average. That wouldn't be surprised me right now. But if it come down and tag this, basically the 618 Fibonacci retracement from this, this particular retracement level here, then probably, have to keep an eye on that. If it come down here, that could be, a inflection point, an inflection point that could present some good buying opportunity, or further downside that it might come down and actually fill this particular gap. So so you got to keep an eye on this. If it's lose this earning gap, then like I said, then we could we will come back down and possibly test this 27, 26 level once again. But that will be a big if, though. I wouldn't be surprised that we'll see a little bounce after if we get down to near that 34 level. So certainly, with the MACD turning down. But the other thing is like other people say, oh yeah, coming down with low volume. Well, it's ultimately how you look at it, right? Okay, the reason it's low volume, you could also they say the reason there's low volume on the downside is because there's a lack of buyer buying it, okay, to take it off the seller. But if you have high volume on the downside, I mean there are a lot of willing buyers to take it off from the seller. So it's all depends how you look at it, right? Okay, so let's continue. We're going to take a look at the next one is Blackberry. Okay, now Blackberry got a little pop, a couple of days. Because of the management, they decide that, hey, maybe it's time to consider about selling the company. We're not doing that well. See, like I said, trade the stock, don't trade the company. We're not buying the business, okay? So anyway, let's take a look at this thing here. Today is what he went up and came up to this 1218. That was the intraday high. Then it kind of gave back most of the gain throughout the day. So right now, I do have a long position on it. Like I said, I got in down here in this area, so I'm basically trailing it up. I already took some partial profit when it came up here. This little day, gift day here, what we call it. And then right now, at the rest of the position, I'm basically just trailing it and see how far I go. At least right now, I have a protective stop there, just locking up some profit. So definitely, you don't want to give a make a profitable trade into a losing trade. So if you're long on it, then you have to consider using your stop to at least protect some of the unrealized gain. If you're not long, you got to be careful to see how you want to chase this guy, because that could be a little bit tricky. So you can see that this is like a little parabolic move on this 30-day this 30-minute intraday chart here. You see that it come down here. Definitely, if it come back down to this 10 level, then that could change a little composure here. Alright, so I want to see what kind of bounce we're going to get between here right now at this 1090 or 11 level to the 10. If we see some ugly price action, and if you get profit, you might want to just exit and wait for another day. And then the other one, finally, is going to talk about Micron. We talk about Micron, breaking about this little bit of a W consolidation pattern, and essentially break this out here. Then it could go. Right now, we were looking at something of this, this pattern here to break out. You have a couple of entry point right here, right? So definitely you should. There's an entry point here today. And if you waited to for this entry point, then you might not have too much of an upside potential, because if we take this, let's just say this is some kind of W pattern, and you measure this, then it gives you somewhere around 1550. But if we move this down, if we use this particular breakout as a major move here, right, this right here, then you probably could get up to maybe the this 1650 level here. Okay, so if you got in somewhere around here, that's still a good percentage trade here. If we take a look at the intraday chart, once again, right, let me get that in there. Okay, so essentially looking at this, right, okay, and here's that little pivot here, right, okay, and that's where we sort of looking at somewhere around here again. If you wait after the 30-minute, then you probably got in here sometime, so in the mid-morning here. So these are the couple of stocks that I want to take a look at. If you got some profit already, kind of manage it and lock in some by either selling some partial or put in some protective stock. So good luck.